ASL Premier League Season 2, Group Stage, Round of 16.
I would usually go with the purple guy, but because the other guys from Triple T, we are going to go in the bottom left-hand corner here on Alterzane Stronghold from Triple T, trying to advance to the round of 8 and be the final one. No, not the final one because we still got to cast tomorrow. All right, one of the final ones for the round of 8, and it's going to be the Yellow Zerg.
Hype is
Maellic.
real. And his opponent spawning vertically in purple from Deadly Gaming. We have our final Protoss player. Will he make it through? Will he claim the only spot for a Protoss in the round of 8? We have...
EnderSword.
So you want to make another bet, or you want to just not lose the money? After those last two.
Yeah. What's the bet? Go on. Hit me.
Well, I was going to say Maellic wins 2-1.
Ooh. Ooh, you're asking me to bet against my co-caster.
Hey,
my
co-caster
race.
too.
Yeah, he is. And I can't bet against Protoss. I can't. I've got too much faith right now.
Well, then you would believe that I'm wrong, and you would bet against me.
All right. I bet that Maellic doesn't go 2-1. 5 caster dollars.
Okay.
All right. My gambler instincts, well, they're not gambler instincts so much as they are just an urge to spend money.
Hey, I have personally been banned from all casinos in the state of Arizona, Canada, and Ohio for the last 5 years, and that ban is lifted in 48 hours. So
Really?
My gambler instinct is back and ready to roll. Yep. On
right.
Saturday night, I am going to the casino in Arizona for the first time since 2009, 2008, whatever 5 years ago was.
Do you mind if I ask why they banned you?
That's confidential information. We don't need
Okay,
to,
fair enough.
Legality purposes.
I respect the privacy. I just thought, it sounded like it was a bit of a story.
Well, it is a bit of a story.
All right, one for another time, maybe.
Yeah, when we
for
eventually
now,
meet up in Las Vegas for whenever, we'll talk about it.
Hell yeah, you can get banned from one of those casinos too.
I'm not banned in Nevada. I'm not banned.
All right. So Ender's actually gone for Gateway Forge Cyber. So this is a
Why
really
do you
unusual.
think he did this? Yeah.
Well, he went for Nexus first and then Gateway Forge Cyber, and it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's a little bit unusual in itself. What it says to me is that he's both trying to be defensive and aggressive, and I think splitting his forces in this way doesn't necessarily put him in the best stead to move into the mid game. Comparatively, I think that Maellic looks pretty good. Maellic has really not overcommitted to gas, taking it very late, and that's going to give him a really good economic position to move into the kind of early mid game. And
he's got that third base almost done already.
Yeah, so if Ender tries any kind of half-baked aggression, then I see a pretty strong chance of it being shut down. The downsides to this is that Maellic isn't going to have speed should a Zealot attack be on its way, and he isn't going to have upgrades. So this +1 that Ender is now producing is going to do great work against the Zerglings. Fantastic work.
It's going to do fantastic work against Zerglings, but I'm wondering where is he planning on going with this? What infrastructure does he have other than literally one gate?
He should be throwing down a couple more, but I think he put some chrono into his warp gate, and I think he must have put some chrono into his warp gate, and it doesn't quite feel like that's the best use of it, because hitting a bit later with +1 is actually more use than just hitting early and not having the +1 and then getting it later, unless you're planning for very much a kind of a pressure attack. It will depend really. He's got a really strong economy, I will give him that. This Nexus First build has meant that Ender is basically saturated on 2 base with full gas at about the 8-minute mark, which is crazy good. And these extra gates coming down, this is going to be an all-in with +1.
2 base all in?
Yeah,
Maellic,
2 base all in.
Maellic on the other side is about to pull way ahead in workers, of course, because he's got 3 bases. And
If
the
he can
question
get
is
those
going
out
to come
now.
down. If he holds against any type of 2 base pressure here,
Well, the issue is going to be getting across the map because he doesn't. Ender doesn't have. No, he does. He has got a probe. Okay, so this attack is hitting hard and fast, and it's hitting soon. The units are in production for Maellic. I couldn't see because it's purple on purple, but Ender's got units across the map. He's going to be attacking shortly, and he's going to build up to a big 2 base play as soon as these gates are open.
oh, they're there. I'm trying to look at this little map. There they are. There's his pylons. Yeah, so he's going to push here. 2 gate push. We have a lot. I mean, not a lot of lings and roaches yet, but some. And as long as he's continuing to produce roaches, he's got roach speed on the way. Double Evo chamber.
He knows what's up as well. He's sent that Overlord into the main, and he's scouted. So at this
it's sitting
point,
there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's seen. It's seen enough gateways. You don't see that many gates unless your opponent's going all in or is going for a really confusing 3 base play. And I think that's going to be the next thing we'll see him check. As it stands, Maellic is pumping units. He knows that if he gets those units up to defend, he can deal with this pretty effectively. But all the time, Ender's army is growing and growing and growing.
But Maellic he's pushing for Hydras. And Hydras are great in these situations.
They're fantastic. Oh, can they see? They see the warping, so they know where it is. But this is when Ender chooses to go.
No. Run away. Quickly. Okay, you lost 1 roach out of it, but that's okay.
That's not too bad. That's a lot of force fields for 1 roach. More and more units warping in all the time, though, for Ender. He's used his 10-second time warp. And this is the second, so no recall coming out. And I think he might have been better placed to do that one.
I think this is too overcommitted. I don't think he can hold here.
The Stalkers are doing a decent job. The Mothership core goes down, but it doesn't matter that much because it used up all its energy, so it's kind of not necessary anymore. But with this many Stalkers, he needs to be warping in Zealots to follow this up.
Yeah,
the Zealots have to be able to defend.
Oh my goodness, yeah, and these Zerglings are just going to continue to harass. And there goes the sentries for the majority. Oh my goodness, he is just taking out all the sentries. All the sentries.
That is not a successful all-in at all.
No,
and he's kiting back as best as he can. Ender's trading as effectively as he thinks he is able to do. But
he's doing good.
He's doing as best as he can, but he's really, really struggling to maintain this, and he's got 1 proxy pylon left out on the map. His probe is down. He can't recall. These Stalkers are on their last legs.
9 roaches remain. 9 roaches coming in on top of this. This is gone.
Yeah. A follow-up robotics facility is coming down, and it's a question to see whether Ender tries to expand.
Oh, good. He spotted this.
Yeah. I don't think that Ender should try to expand. I think he should pump out Immortals. He should clear the air of Overlords. He should make Immortals, and he should try and go for an Immortal Sentry follow-up because he has good gas income all game, and therefore might be able to do it.
Yeah, but look at the macro now. We're looking at 3 bases of 2. Maellic's plus 10. Look at the army supply. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. At this point in time,
70 to 2.
But don't forget that 8 supply of sentries can thwart infinite supply of Zerg on a narrow ramp like Altazim.
Yes, he could definitely keep him out of the base infinitely here.
Yeah.
But
here it comes.
Base.
This is the moment. This is the moment. He's pushing it. You can't let those get kited down the ramp. The Immortals are on their way. I do think an Immortal Sentry push is the only answer to this, but Hydras do a great job against that, so he's going to be up against the wall to make sure that he powers through. I still think it's possible. Wait, is he got 2 robos? Fair play to EnderSword. Turns out he has gigantic balls. He's gone for double robo. Double robo is very, very funny when it works. You get like 4 to 6 Immortals maybe, and then you just go, yep, straight at them, and they kind of go, oh, I didn't quite expect that many, and it can work. It's a big risk. It is a big risk, and I mean, he's already all in, so you might as well go more all in.
Yeah, that's for sure. Look at all the upgrades that right now Maellic is working on.
So many. He's just rounding out his units, and he's actually getting Burrow move with Tunneling Claws. No, that's the same thing. Burrow with Tunneling Claws. And that's going to allow him to dodge force fields. We all know that Roach Burrow speed has been increased, and some people, the naysayers, they cried, but what's the point of that? Well, this is the point of that. For dodging those force fields and getting up and killing all of the Immortals. All of them.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Spire going down right now.
Strong.
Hydroless
Square going
Ring.
down. I'm looking around and I'm thinking that Maellic looks like he is almost unstoppable at this point. He has this fourth base that makes him look so good as we move into the kind of late game stages. It's forced into a pseudo mid game if you look at it, because Ender is still stuck on mid game tech and mid game units, whereas his opponent is on Roach Hydra, which is kind of mixed. If the Hive completes and Vipers come out, I don't think there's any way that Ender can win.
Oh, and Maellic got that Overseer in there, spotted the Immortal Sentry build. What does that tell you? Get Mutus.
What? Against this many... Yeah. There's 5 Immortals there, and an Observer to follow up, which is fantastic. You need the Observer. He's taking a third. Ender's taking a third.
Trying to take a third.
I am not sure I agree with that. I love how force field happy he is. He's got a lot of sentries and just like, yeah, I'll do a force field, it'll be fine. And that can be very wasteful at some instances, but I think he's doing a good job of it.
Look at the supplies. Maellic is maxed.
Yeah, he should be trying to make something of this.
He's going to. He's waiting on those Hydras to pop.
They are on their way now.
Oh boy.
The augments.
Oh, they're going to run into each other.
Oh, okay. Good force fields coming down.
The ranged Hydralisks are going to really come into play.
This is a decent engagement. What a great force field trap there for Ender.
How many force fields are there?
There's so many force fields. As I said, I love these a bit force field happy. And as it turns out, even though the Zerg army is bigger, it looks like the Protoss one could be the one that wins out with 3 or 4 Immortals still remaining, smashing away at these Hydras.
This is it for Ender. Yeah, he warped in a wave of Stalkers, but Maellic went ahead and popped 32 more Lings and 12 more Hydras, which already popped some, and some more Roaches, all at the same time. And if he lets these all get together... Oh, God.
Oh, no, here it comes. He doesn't have enough force fields to keep the Hydras away, and he doesn't have a Mothership core to recall!
No, he doesn't. This is all going to die. This is all going to die.
If he loses his Immortals, he's going to lose his Immortals.
Oh, my.
If you lose your Immortals, you lose your backbone. They are your spine. They keep you alive.
Yeah. Oh, my.
All of those going down.
And
2 remaining.
Is just destroying this. Third base is gone. Just forget about it. Oh, he made us run into the main. No, he's going to go ahead and block these Immortals off.
That's a good decision.
Yeah,
trapping those Immortals. As I said, just picking up the last few vertebrae. There's one Colossus out on the field now, having popped out. The double Robo serving him well for that purpose, but I think if he got that a little earlier, then... Oh! So close to losing that. Not quite doing so as it turns out. 3 HP. It's a matter of time. It goes down to Zerglings.
This is it for Ender. GG.
Is it?
Maellic. By the way, I am not clapping against Ender because I am rooting for Ender too. I'm kind of conflicted. Is Overgrowth Zerg favored? And I think that's just like an automatic. You just say Zerg favored with Overgrowth. Would you agree?
It's nice and easy. Just go for it every time.
Yeah. Okay.
It's low hanging fruit.
Upper right-hand corner here. 4-clan Triple T. 1 game away, folks. 1 game away from the round of 8 and the playoffs. It is
Maellic.
And his opponent 1 game away from elimination and not making it into the round of 8. He's the last representative of a dying race, and he has to support that cause. In the bottom left, in purple, from Team Deadly Gaming, we have...
EnderSword.
Just out of curiosity, does this mean I have to root for Ender this game because I won the first game?
Yeah.
Damn it.
I can't remember, but yes, you do.
Well, I said I was going to win 2-1, but honestly, I didn't expect that possibly I could win 2-0. But anyway, I didn't even conceive that thought. But I want to make a disclaimer here. I love EnderSword. I'm giving him hugs right now. And if he loses, I still love him, and he is an amazing player and caster. I'm only rooting for Maellic, well, primarily because he's a Triple T clan member. But I have a spot in my heart for Ender. I do have a spot in my heart for Ender. And so if he does lose, I will be sad. So, and you notice 3 fast paces from Maellic here?
I do, and I don't think it's going to pay off very well because Ender plopping down that pylon.
You don't think that's going to pay off?
I think he's delayed cannon rush.
I see that pylon, but he went for the Forge Fast Expand. All it's going to take is a couple drones. And look at all the drones.
That's so many drones. I mean, that's already kind of good. Just getting those drones pulled off is a pretty big deal in its own right. Oh, and the probe gets out. Just what it wants to do.
All right, he got one.
Yeah, right now, if you think about it, there are 8 of the 16 workers of Maellic aren't mining. So already Ender's forcing a great response, and as long as he keeps cancelling the cannons, once it's finished...
he stopped working on that cannon.
1 down.
He's going to get it. He's going to get it.
2 down. Okay, so 2 of the workers down now, and this cannon is proceeding.
And he got the probe.
He gets the probe. Okay, so overall, I do feel like Maellic came out of that on top. 2 workers did go down and a lot of lost mining time. But behind all of those things, we've got Ender with double gate in the front, which is kind of funky. Following it up with a defensive cannon, there aren't too many lings, but now I do think that hatchery play, that fast hatchery play, is going to pay off quite considerably. Maellic should be in a great place to advance into the mid-game with crazy amounts of lava.
Absolutely. By the way, I am looking at the chat because I do have 2 screens. Yes, of course, Americans can participate in the ASL. I know that right now this is more UK time or EU time.
This is not UK time. It is 6:15 in the morning.
Well, they asked the question, so I was thinking about it. But either way, anyone can participate. We had 12 or 13 different countries participate in Season 2.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely amazing. United States and Canada were the top 2 in the North American continent, but we did have some Germans. We had people from Brazil. We had a whole bunch of South Americans. Who else? Korea? Oh, Korea, of course. I think we had China too, didn't we? This season we had one Chinese. Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Yeah, so I mean we've been all over the place, and Season 3 is going to be just like it. I'm looking forward to that just as well.
Yes, it's going to be even bigger.
Oh yeah, and like I said, I'm still gunning for my personal thing here. Is I would love to see the finals live wherever it may be. I think that would be pretty freaking baller. So I'm still gunning for that for Season 3 to fly out the finalists to wherever we may do it and have the finals. If we
time it right, it could be done.
It could be done.
Like if it was in, if it was like for a weekend or something, it could probably be done.
Absolutely. We do them all at the same time. All 3 sets in one day, and it'd be live, one big huge event. And I bet you we can get Blizzard to back it up. But we need the support from our fans.
Well, the more followers we get, more support we get, the more attention we get, the more likely that is to come on. And on the note of attention, Ender's attention is a little bit distracted as he pulls himself away to chase off that Overlord, but not before it gets a full scout off in the main base. I don't know if it saw that robotics facility. Let's just have a look.
Now.
And opening robo is usually a sign that you aren't planning on going very macro in a PvZ these days. It used to be the go-to. You couldn't make Stargate work most of the time. But these days, Robo is kind of the more all-in option, and Stargate is the one people use to transition into the mid-game safely. So that could give us an inkling about what Ender plans to do in this game. Okay, so you can explain to me what Ender's planning on doing, because you are the Protoss King here. And frankly, I haven't quite figured it out, because I'm more Zerg aficionado here. He's gone for an obscenely heavy gas style. I'm worried because of the third base and the plus 14 workers Maellic has on him. Yeah. And the gas is not even because he didn't take... Maellic didn't take his second gas in his main. The important thing to note is that Ender is stifling his minerals by taking so much gas. So either he's planning on making a huge number of sentries or teching very hard. And as we actually, there is a robotics bay going down, so that could be the sign of the teching very hard. But he has kind of cut off his macro legs, as it were. He's not going to be able to move into the mid game very effectively with a heavy pro bleed because he just doesn't have the minerals to produce it at the same time. Now, as it stands, okay, go for it. Hit me.
Has EnderSword managed to get a third base up yet today?
I don't think so. Not safely. Every time he tries, it goes wrong. For some reason or another. He did it like briefly against DNA in the first game, but then DNA knocked him down. In that game, at least. That was the time to
now he saw the robotics bay. He just saw it. And the Overseer will escape with its life.
Something that is worth noting is that Maellic should really have fully saturated base at this point. He should have a total economy, an absolutely complete one. But because of these really fast and heavy units, he doesn't have a particularly large economy. He's got a lot of roaches out on the field. He's got a lot of lings out, and he's going to use these to push at the front of EnderSword. And I think that could actually be a pretty dodgy move for him.
I'm a little worried for him if he does that. Look at the build we're looking at. Immortal Sentry. What is that hard counter?
Roachling.
And what do we got?
Roachling.
Mm-hmm. And so I'm hoping for Maellic's sake that he doesn't right now. But what is his splits here? Very interesting splits. Okay.
He, I think, is anticipating his opponent to walk. Yeah.
Are you young?
Sorry. Yeah, it's 6:15 in the morning.
I know. I gotta give you shit when I can.
I don't.
We got Colossus involved, but that Colossus really isn't going to bear a factor on roaches.
It's good though because it reduces the ling count to a great extent and allows the rest of the army to be brought to bear to a more reasonable extent. The 2 Colossus 2 Immortal push-out was popular at the start of Heart of the Swarm and kind of fell out of fashion because it's incredibly hard countered by Hydras with range. I think if you get a good engagement, and that's exactly what we see coming out of Maellic. He doesn't have like this super economy, but he's going. Enders, you take the third. I mean, he's gone for an all-in, but he's taking
one army. Oh god, he's going to intercept this army.
Colossus is dead.
Oh, that Colossus is screwed.
Second Colossus is dead. Force field's coming down. Actually,
oh my god!
Force fields.
Oh my god!
Okay,
this is Colossus.
This is an incredibly sketchy engagement. The Immortals. I like the
recall,
but he loses the Immortal even as he goes.
Oh my goodness.
He really needed to keep that alive.
Oh my goodness. Well, here comes some Hydra now. It's going to be Roach Hydra plus 1's done. He can go ahead and do some damage to this front door. And he's going to pick this off pretty quick and open it up. Make it a lot wider of an opening. And
yeah, he's going to be able to stream lings in there like nobody's business should he get the chance. But as it is, that might just end up not happening. Lost the Mothership Core. The defense is going to be very, very difficult for Ender at this point. He's got good force field and good sentry count. That's the one thing he's got going for him. The Colossi are on their way out too, which is going to be super helpful. But Maellic's taking a 4th base, and he's just powering through at the front with so much army, just smashing through everything that Ender tries to do to wall off.
Oh my. Yeah, he is. That is absolutely for sure here. Oh, he even negated the +2 attack.
Oh, that's a kicker. That is a kicker when you're using Colossi.
Yes, it is.
It really is.
Now remember, guys, I do want to point out here for a second, we will be casting Group D tomorrow, which is round of 16. The final group of the round of 16. So make sure tomorrow night you come back. We might hit 1,000 tomorrow. We are at 935. 65 more viewers will get us that 1,000 followers.
I've got 1127 total viewers, but
total viewers.
Yeah. Either way, let's keep an eye on this engagement that's happening down at the front of.
This is a concave setup. He's trying to bait him out
as well. I love how the follow-up to this from Maellic is the hive. He's getting that hive so he can pull the Colossi straight out of the mix. He can go, oh, you spent all that money on those units. They're dead now. That's how he likes to play. Vipers are a good unit, and when he gets those thrown in, they're going to be difficult to stop. There's no Templar to feedback. The Stalkers, the Stalkers do have Blink. Which could help, but that does involve throwing themselves straight into the Zerg army, so that's a huge risk in and of itself. At this point, Maellic is looking so good, and with his 4th base, he's only going to get stronger.
Yes, he is. That 4th base in the upper left-hand corner is really going to help out. And on top of that, I mean, yeah, we're looking at a Protoss Death Ball here.
Yeah, this is
but
the
the
thing,
concave
though.
is excellent.
No, I think if he pushes out, if Ender pushes out now with good force fields, with good engagements, he could move across the map and he could kill his opponent in a pre-Viper timing. And that, I've seen countless times, when it hits hard. And Zergs die to it. They do, even if they've looked dominant all game. There's so many Stalkers, it won't matter. He's got Blink. Corruptors are not going to work.
But priority attack. They won't attack the Corruptors first if there's ground units.
It'll be down to the micro of Ender then. As it is, the Colossi and the Stalker Ball is moving across. This was the composition in Wings of Liberty. This was what people did before the Viper. And right now, he's hitting before the Viper. This is
He's trying to sandwich him. He's sandwiching him.
Wait, it could work. That back force is
Oh
one Colossus.
God. Coming
Another
back
Colossus.
for the Colossus.
Oh my god, the flank out of Maellic is spectacular.
Oh,
That's exactly what he needed.
Annihilated. 2-to-1 advantage.
Exactly what he needed. Fantastic engagement out of the Zerg, and Ender is running scared. The Roach Hydra Force is shoving its way across the map. It has an upgrade advantage over a Protoss, and that shouldn't happen.
Oh,
this is looking so good for Maellic now. He shuts down everything Ender tries to do.
Yes, he is. He is doing a phenomenal job. He should have go ahead and snipe those pylons just for the hell of it. But he has units rallying from 4 different locations, working on 3-2 upgrades.
There's so many Stalkers here. The Blink Micro is going to be good, and actually I think this is an engagement that favors Ender if he blinks back
Yeah, but he's got
individually.
units coming from behind.
It's a good flank.
To?
It's a good flank. A really good flank. And so far, Maellic has shown just total command of the engagements with the great flanks coming off every single time. The Colossus is going to drive away those Hydras, but only just.
He's going to have to back off. If the Hydras blink forward, he's probably going to engage them. No?
Not quite. The Colossus was close enough backing it up. It worked itself out pretty nicely.
Let's establish the supplies here. Supplier. We have 25 worker advantage for Maellic. We have a 60 army supply advantage for Maellic. And let's look at the econs. Oh my god. 2-to-1 advantage in all categories for Maellic.
It's spectacular. They are both on the same upgrades by this point, actually. No, wait, is that +2? I can't tell by the colours. Damn it, they changed this to make it easier, and I still can't read it.
We got 2-1 for Maellic, 2-2 for Ender.
+2
Oh, we
armor
got 3-2
upgrades.
almost done for Maellic. And that's
+2 armor upgrades aren't like that, or armor upgrades in general aren't that great versus Zerg as Protoss, but they do have a distinct advantage against Hydralisk just because of the rate of fire. It's like the Marines. That said, this is so many Hydralisks. I'm really wondering where these Vipers are. The third base is dead. The Hydras are like Marauders. It's gone. That was 4 seconds.
Yeah, that was like 4-shot.
Corruptors
even if he hit and runs here, there's only one Corruptor or a
This is what you were talking about. He didn't control them right. He didn't shoot down the Corruptors, and now he's going for them, but it's just too late. He needs to be microing against the Hydras. Oh, he needed that alive.
Oh my goodness.
Even so, Blinkstalkers are super good.
Blinkstalkers are super good. DPS is better for Hydras.
It always is. That's a given. There is no situation in which Hydras
Now the Hydras are going to die here, but
they are.
We're on a 5th base for Maellic.
Boom.
And where we were, let's figure out where the hell we were.
There were some Blinkstalkers engaging in front of the natural.
That's right, and that one Hydra managed to somehow narrowly survive. How did missile attacks level 3 stop at 15.8 seconds? Do you have that on your screen?
I do have that, yes, and I can only assume that's a bug, basically.
A glitch?
Because, yeah, if you resume from replay during one of those things, it doesn't know what it's doing. So that is a thing that we could point out to the Game Hard guys, should we ever need to. And it's the first problem I've ever seen with their interface, so fair play. I think they're doing all right so far. As it is,
say +3 is done.
Yeah, +3 is done, and you know what else is done? It might be Ender's Goose. It could be cooked, because this Roach Hydra Force is blasting through the Stalkers, and the blinks are not happening. So many of them just went down, and now the Roach Hydra is basically between the natural and the Stalkers, so they're just going to go, okay, Let's take that.
Natural.
Yeah, tempting juicy base you've got there. I'll have that. Going straight for it.
That one Hydra that died previously survived now. I like that.
He's
Did
trying.
you catch that?
No.
before replay when the game froze, that Hydra died, and then when the replay came back, it came back to life and survived.
Oh, that's the reason why Maellic's winning right now. He's rampaging, rampaging. Yeah, he's right. It's the extra DPS. That extra 1,000 per second is just carrying him through. So he's now inside the main base.
I do want to give our last Protoss player kudos on making it this far. It is going to be a T and Z Premier League from here on out, as our final Zerd our Protoss player is falling. Do you have any last words for a Protoss player?
No tears now, only dreams.
Apparently there's 2 structures left, or a couple, and they're about to get picked off. And a ping goes down. We do have a random army of unused units kind of hanging out. Oh, it says GG with the Zealot.
Oh, he's trying so hard.
Oh,
that's what he's doing.
You know what? Mass kudos to EnderSword there. He uses Zealots.